Welcome, everybody, to the March Madness preview special on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. Today, we're going to look at a battle of two Hall of Fame coaches as the Arkansas Razorbacks will battle the Kansas Jayhawks in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Kansas right now is favored by 5.5 points, but these are two teams trending in complete opposite directions as we go into the NCAA tournament. Now, Kansas entered this season as a consensus, or basically a consensus top two team in the nation after a great offseason of retaining talent and bringing in major transfers. But Bill Self's team has fallen well short of expectations. With 12 losses in their NCAA, it has led to their worst NCAA tournament seed since 2000. The Jayhawks' title hopes have turned into more tempered hopes of getting past the first weekend more than looking at a Final Four. For the second consecutive season, many of Kansas's key pieces just aren't meshing well. AJ Storr was one of the country's most sought-after transfers when he decided to leave Wisconsin, but he's been a liability for the Jayhawks and was routinely relegated to just a few minutes off the bench late in the season. Zeke Mayo, meanwhile, has had positive moments, but he hasn't necessarily been the offensive force Kansas expected when he came from South Dakota State. Hunter Dickinson remains an imposing presence in the front court, but it once again hasn't been enough to overcome subpar guard play. Guard play is what gets it done this time of year, and they have not had the guard play to really pull this team through. Now we look at Arkansas. It's been quite a season for Arkansas under first-year head coach John Calipari. The Razorbacks started slowly. It seemed to be teetering far away from the tournament conversation as key transfers, Janelle Davis and Jonas Abdu, struggled to adjust to playing together. But then freshman Boogie Fland went down with an injury. Along the way, Arkansas collected itself and played its way into the field with an impressive sprint to the finish. Does that make the Razorbacks a sneaky pick this March? There's still plenty of flaws with this team, guys. Arkansas doesn't shoot very well, though Fland is set to return and could help solve that issue if he's at full strength. Now, leading scorer Adu Theo missed the SEC tournament with a knee injury, and he is doubtful to play in the opening round of this tournament against Kansas. Arkansas scored at least 86 points in 4 of its last 5 regular season games, and that's a testament to improvement by Davis, who was a terrific scorer at FAU, but just could not figure out things early in the season. Injuries are also a factor here, with Davis coming along and both DJ Wagner and freshman Carter Knox seemingly finding their footing as the season goes on. The Razorback offense is on a positive trajectory. Now, when we look at picking this game, I think 5.5 points is way too much here. These are two teams trending in opposing directions. Arkansas started SEC play with 5 straight losses, including a bad loss at LSU. The Hogs then rebounded, ultimately winning 4 of their final 5 regular season games and working their way from the bubble to safely in the field. Making matters even better, John Calipari has said publicly Boogie Fland will be back. If he is back, that is a huge uptick for this Arkansas Razorback team. Now, Kansas, on the other hand, was 14-4 with a 6-point lead with less than 20 seconds of overtime left to play against Houston. The Jayhawks blew that lead, and the season took a downturn. Kansas won just 1 game against a tournament team since that night. It had 7 chances to do so. The single most experienced team in college basketball has not played smart basketball. The Jayhawks are 3-point hesitant and infrequent visitors to the free throw line, relying on paint scoring. They're not aggressive. They don't take the ball to the hole. Strictly to me, by momentum and recent results, you have to lean towards the Hogs. I'm going to take Arkansas at the 5.5 points. I think they've got a really good shot to win this game. But my best bet, if I'm betting this, is to go to BetMGM, our top-rated sports book. You can click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. Bet the Arkansas Razorbacks plus 5.5 points over the Kansas Jayhawks. All right, guys, make sure you follow me on X at Grueling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube, and check out thegruelingtruth.com. But for now, guys, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.